Peace and love, creatives. It's Elisa here with another video. And in this video, I'm making a sketchbook for Inktober. Inktober is a 31-day challenge of different prompts each day that I will have to complete without fail. Why'd I pause? Well, because I don't want to fail. And sometimes life gets in the way of drawing and you miss a day. So the challenge is basically to not miss a day. On top of not missing a day, learning how to use a medium and getting better at the end of those 31 days. That lies the challenge, and that's where I gasp. It's going to be difficult, but I'm up for it. I am up for it. So right here, I'm just making a sketchbook so that I can have something to draw on. Now, of course, you can go out and you can buy yourself a sketchbook on Amazon or go to Michael's or your local arts and crafts store and get yourself a sketchbook. I like making my own sketchbooks because number one, you get to choose the paper that's in it. You get to choose the size of paper, the style of paper, how it lays. You get all of that is up to you when you make your own sketchbook. In this case, I decided to use tan paper for my sketchbook because last October I was given tan paper in a mystery box and I fell in love with it, but I fell in hate with it too because it was hard to work with. It was a different color paper than what I'm used to. I'm used to working with just plain old white paper, and it threw me for a loop. So I decided that since October is challenge month, I would challenge myself with using this different color paper. Right here, I'm measuring the string out so that I don't take too little bit of it while I'm sewing the signatures together. I usually take more than I need so that I'm left with more than less. I try not to take too much because that's a waste and I don't like wasting. But after that, I start sewing them together. Now, if you notice that there's black paper on the first signature and on the last signature, the reason for that is I'm going to use that black paper for the cover to stick the cover onto, and that way I don't waste the tan paper when I'm gluing the cover, and I can use every sheet of paper in there. Because if you noticed, there's not 31 sheets, so I plan on using the front and back of the paper if possible, which it should be because I'm using inks and inks don't bleed through. So once I'm done making the signatures and sewing them all, I take two wooden boards and put the book in between those two wooden boards. I apply pressure either with heavy books, or in this case I'm using some Husked clamps from Home Depot. I then have the spine sticking out and apply glue or Mod Podge a couple of times for the spine to adhere very well. Once I'm done with that, I move on to the cover of the book, which I use any recycled cardboard that I can find around the house. And for the cover of the cardboard, I just find any cardstock that I like that matches what I want it to look like. Sometimes I do plain and I decorate it. In this case, I did a little bit of decoration on there, and then I'm going to decorate it later too. Once I'm done making the covers for the sketchbook, I then put glue on the inside of each cover and glue it onto the book. Once the covers are on and I like the way it's sitting on the sketchbook, I put it back in between the two wooden boards, clamp it again, and let it dry. Right here, I felt like there was a little bit of moisture coming into the book, so I just put some cardboard in between the pages so it didn't stick together. Then I waited overnight. So I'm just cleaning up the edges, making sure that the book looks neat and sharp. I didn't like the way the paper was sticking out of the edge on the bottom and the top of the sketchbook, so I cleaned that up a little bit with some scissors, and it came out pretty good. I liked it. Okay, decorating the front of the sketchbook is usually time consuming and it's very intimidating, but this time I kind of kept it simple. I just wrote Inktober and colored the banners Halloween colors. After I did that, I wrote the year underneath Inktober in purple paint pen and then highlighted Inktober with a little bit of white ink pen. After I was done with the decorating of the front of the sketchbook, I moved on to getting my prompt list ready. I like having the prompt list in my book so that I can refer to it and know which day I'm on, because sometimes I mess up and I look at the wrong number, and I guarantee it will happen. Hopefully it doesn't, but you'll see. It already happens within this video, so I'm not too hopeful, but we'll see. After I get all the prompts written, I go on to decorate the prompt list with a little bit of glitter paint marker, and I keep it very simple. I glue that page into the front of the sketchbook and then start with my thumbnails. Now, thumbnails basically are little ideas that I might have at the moment of each individual prompt, so that when I do go to that prompt that day, I have a little helper, basically. These thumbnails are my little helper for me to get each drawing done each day, which I'm very thankful for. I started doing this last year and it helped me immensely. It really did. I recommend it. Well, there you have it, guys. What do you think? I'm so excited for Inktober to start. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. I want to thank you for stopping by. And before you leave, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and a comment. Peace and love.